I'm back from vacation. Are you back from vacation?
Ah, man.
Wait a second. You don't actually go on vacation, do you?
No, I go next door.
You go next door.
You know, the last vacation day I had was a snow day.
Wait, who pays for your vacations?
Nobody. Nobody. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
No, hey, buddy, how's it going?
Ugh.
I know. I go on vacation, and he's here working hard for y'all.
Working my butt off. I'm still trying to find stuff that he cleaned up for me a couple months
He's
ago.
never gonna find that
Probably
stuff.
not even here. Probably snuck out.
I just took it home with me to the bin out in the back.
Yeah, thank you.
Howdy, y'all. I'm
Hi.
Mr. Holga,
Hi, I'm Todd Puckett.
and this is Don's used photo equipment.
Yes. it is.
You notice anything different, buddy? That's right, dude. I got them all cut.
Yeah.
I was in here. I
Hair's
bought
cut.
film last week, right? I bought film for vacation because
He did?
that's the way I roll.
One of the few times he actually buys film from me.
And he didn't even notice that I had actually shaved it off.
I did watching it later.
He watched it later because I was on Instagram TV, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
It's like,
That's what I
hey,
was missing.
That's why I was going on. No,
what?
man.
What? We're not even.
Hold on.
Dude, we're not. But
It's Mom. It's Mom.
hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, Mr. Holga and I are talking. Mom says hi to everybody.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, from Dad too. Hi.
Oh, Dad said hi too.
Dad,
Well,
yep,
that's
yep,
good.
Everybody says hi. All right. We'll talk to you later. Okay, that's fine. Bye-bye.
Well, that is Mom is the queen of the interruptions, right? I mean, you can't
yeah.
not take her phone
No,
call.
no, but I can't turn the phone off.
Well, that would be helpful if you could turn the phone off.
Yeah, here I was. Anyway, okay. Before we were so rudely interrupted.
No, not rudely.
No,
before
I-
we were
I-
interrupted.
before
It's
we
been a while since we had a good interruption.
Yeah,
Mom does
yeah.
qualify for that.
So I'm just making sure I got this thing turned off.
Off.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure.
We'll find
just
out.
Power button. Let's just disconnect the battery.
It's so
Yes, you've got a
complicated.
phone where you can take the battery off.
Yes, I have a flip phone. Get over it.
The rest of us do not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's funny though. Having the flip phone, people will go, I admire you for that. It's like, what did he mean for that?
because
I
it
admire you for
costs so much more to have a smartphone.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the cost of the
I
phone;
know.
it's the data package and everything else. You don't have that.
No.
You're saving
27 bucks.
boatloads of money.
27 bucks a month for that phone.
Yeah.
I bought it. It's like, it's mine. I don't have to pay a monthly fee for it.
See,
I don't have to pay a service to
He's a
have
genius.
It's
He's here.
27.
He's working in a film
course-
store. He's clearly
course,
smarter than the rest of us.
That phone and my mom's phone together is like 55 bucks a month. Now, that started off as like 200 and something.
You're going to
bucks.
get a bunch of calls from
Down
people
to-
trying to sell you a
Oh
phone
no,
service.
it's like stop it. No. And it's like it goes. So it went from like 100 to around 180 bucks or something,
Mhm.
all the way down to like 55 bucks now. I mean, that's just the cost of those phones have just dropped that much.
That's how it
Not
goes,
dropped,
kids.
but I mean, I finally got a system that I can afford.
Well,
Sorry.
if you're still watching after all this, please, if you could,
Yes.
because we can't thank you enough
Thank you.
unless we say thank you.
Thank you.
Please share, like,
Mhm.
subscribe, tell a friend,
Yeah. Tell people.
tell
man.
two friends,
Go tell them on the
tell
mountain.
an enemy. As a matter of fact, I was warning people on social media today. I said, look, I dare you to come in here and stop us from filming this video. And if that's what you want to do for society,
And nobody-
to keep us from recording.
Nobody came.
I don't see anybody here.
No.
So apparently you guys like it, and if you could
Yeah.
please subscribe while you're there.
Yeah. We're up there. Over 200.
We're up there. You guys liked the last video. Hopefully you'll like this one
I
too.
remember what our Christmas wish was. We wished that we'd have X number of subscribers.
And we got those.
Yeah, we did.
Now
we've
we
more
need
than
a few more. Yeah.
Yes, now we want to triple it by Christmas.
So you like this? This is my part 2 for my Godzilla shirt. You like this one?
I do.
And
the
who-
giant mosquito. That's what it looks like.
Mothra.
Mothra.
I
yeah.
hate mosquitoes. I
I know,
hate mosquitoes.
But wouldn't mosquitoes be far more scary?
I would run from a mosquito. A giant mosquito?
Yeah, like a 50-yard long mosquito.
I would run from a mosquito this big.
yeah.
Because I hate itching. It just drives me crazy. So
Yes.
and of course I'm wearing orange because we don't do holiday specials because
We don't.
apparently nobody
Don't
watches
watch this.
holiday
Yeah,
specials.
that's right. Yeah.
However, this is our Halloween special. So I'm sorry. And so I'm wearing an orange shirt. I hope you guys like this. But I'm going to give you all guys a little update, though. It is still Holga Week Part 2, the post-Holga Week. That's where people have to develop, they have to scan, they have to edit, and most importantly, they have to submit their photos. So if you don't play, you can't win. You can't win. And that's right. Those are the rules. So as of right now, as of this recording, it's going to be hopefully different by the time this actually comes out.
A lot more.
I hope so. We've got 40 plus photographers. We've got 80 plus photos.
Yep.
And by the time this comes out, you guys are going to have just a hair over 2 weeks. 2 weeks left. November 8th is the deadline to actually submit your photos for Holga Week. And I think we're going to have a.
Did you notice anything too? I mean, you're talking about things.
That's right. Well, he shaved even closer.
I was sitting there going, man, he's talking about how I didn't notice him. He's just sitting there not even. He's just looking way past me. Yeah. It's like he's over here looking. It's like his. Oh well.
I've been looking at it for the last half hour.
It's true. But at this point, a year ago, you've got 40 people and 80 photos, far more than you did a year ago for this Holga Week.
Last year, we had 80 plus photographers and 160 photos.
But at this point,
I don't think we had nearly that much.
Yeah, you didn't have anybody because you were still trying to figure out how to do the little sign-in.
So hopefully we'll get more photographers jumping on the bandwagon.
Everybody wait until the last minute to just, yay!
The last minute. And then, of course, who knows? Maybe I'll be nice enough to say, yeah, you can have one more day.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that's. But of course, now Holga Week isn't the only exciting. You were going to talk about some buttons.
Buttons, yes.
A little button talk. Everybody enjoys a little
4-inch button talks. I've showed you them many times.
They're right behind you.
They're behind me.
Oh, here's one right here.
Yeah. Right there's two. There's one below it. Yeah. So anyway, talking about holiday colors.
I got to hold them correctly.
Look. That's red and green. That's Christmas. Yay! Christmas. Or Valentine's Day. St. Patty's Day. So, yes.
These are all occasion buttons.
These are all occasions buttons. And
they look good on a tux.
Yes.
They look good on a suit. They look good on a party dress. Can you imagine one of those buttons on a little black dress? Ladies, you would be knocking.
Ladies. Or guys,
Or guys, if you want to wear a little black dress. Yeah.
We got the button for you. And anyway, if a guy from Australia.
Australia.
Down under. Wanted to get some buttons. So I've said, okay, well, give me your information. Let me see how much it's going to cost to ship and how many buttons do you want? So we're working that out. So pretty soon these things may be worldwide.
That would be lovely. That'd be cool.
And we have a huge following in Australia.
Huge with a capital U.
With the capital U. Years and years ago, we had a guy fly in from Australia.
Yeah.
To Dallas, DFW airport.
I bet his arms were tired.
They were, and they were muscular. And he came to our store and bought an outfit of stuff. And he spent 2 months driving around the U.S. shooting. It had all prearranged. Got to his last stop, sold all the equipment, flew back home. But we talked to him, and he goes, yeah, in Australia, you're huge because there aren't many, if any, used camera stores in Australia.
How long ago
was this? It was about 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it's before the videos.
Before the video, way before. Yeah, the videos. But we have a following in Australia.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
At least that's what they keep telling us. I mean, all the ones that come here from there.
Yeah, all right. So if you're from Australia and you're watching this video, please add a comment below.
Yeah.
Say hello to us because we'd love to know who you are because this is pretty cool.
That is fun. Yeah. So anyway, those buttons may be going to Australia.
They might be. You never know.
That's fun.
But speaking of which, so also the last time I was in the store, I was recognized.
Yeah.
You're always recognized.
And not by a policeman either.
No, not by a policeman. I was recognized. And it was a really nice guy, but he's standing around talking to me and he's showing me pictures and we're having I think he was in here at least 30 minutes or so. We were just chit-chatting back and forth. Now, normally I don't get recognized. I'm not in here very often. Obviously, I'm wearing a social distancing face mask and all covered up but clearly he knew I was the other person in the video. It was actually kind of funny. So,
it was.
And entertaining. So he was a good guy and I had a good time talking to him. So hey, you never know when I will show up in the store, and if you feel free just to talk to either one of us, because we'll just sit here and talk for hours, as the videos have proven.
Believe me, people have sat in here and talked to me for hours, and I'm like, I gotta get work done.
Of course, isn't that what Mom was saying? It's like,
yeah, I know.
Is that Mr. Holga there just wasting more time again?
And doesn't that what your wife say? Are you going to go over there again?
Oh, yeah. Why can't you do that on Saturday? I was with you all that Saturday.
Yes, vacation.
I'm on vacation with you, sweetie.
Oh, my word.
All right. So the purpose of this lovely, lovely video is, like I said, it's our Halloween, but not our Halloween video. I'm wearing it. So you don't have to watch this one only around Halloween, because what we're going to do is we're going to give you the Don's used photos.
List of tricks of the trade.
Top 10 tricks or treats.
Yeah,
see,
well,
you like that? Tricks or treats.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
They're all for you guys.
Generic.
It is very generic. You can use these tricks or treats anytime during the year. Anytime you like. Like the first one I'm going to give you right off the bat. I'm going to grab this one. You grab that one right there.
Oh.
The first one, go ahead and just pop off the lens. Just grab the lens.
Notice this. I've been trying to get him to make some of these things. So
one of these days. Now, see, Todd knows how to just slide that lens. He does this all the time. We each have in our hand here a 50 millimeter Nikon lens, right?
Yes.
They're both 50 millimeter lenses.
Except the difference is
1.4. 1.8.
Yes.
So that's one stop.
Is also an AI.
One stop. Well, let's not worry about that so much.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know. But I'm just sitting there, this is other tricks. Whenever you finish this, there's a part 2 trick.
He'll give you that. So, but what I want to show you on this one is the fact that this is only one stop difference from that lens. And if these lenses were the same quality, the price difference would be about what?
Oh, probably about 50%.
50%.
Well, you got a lot of grease on this.
I've had it for a while.
Yeah.
Don't judge my equipment.
I'm not.
Don't judge.
As long as it works, it's all good.
Ultimately, my trick for this particular one is that you don't have to go the fastest lens to still get good photos. Because most of the time when I'm shooting this lens, I'm probably going to shoot it at a comfortable f2 or an f2.8. Because if I shoot it all the way down at the 1.8 or the 1.4, that is a very thin, it's a very narrow focus plane. And when that happens, there's a good chance that I'm going to get stuff out of focus. So that's tip number 1 is go try the 1.8 lens. You'll probably save some money. So for example, an 85, he's got a box here right here, friend, the 85 millimeter 1.8. If
there's nothing in it.
There's nothing in the box. But an 85 millimeter 1.4, the same issue. It's going to be probably twice as much money.
Yeah, it's going to be more expensive. Yeah. Now, the second part of it, go ahead.
Yes.
So, second part of this thing, the different types of Nikon lenses. Say this one right here, whenever you have one that has a flat bottom with no ridge on it, like this right here, or this bump right here, and it just has one set of numbers on it, that's a non-AI lens. Then you have this with 2 sets of numbers on it, 2 sets of numbers, and a bump right there, that's an AI. Now you go, well, what's the difference between AI and AI-s? Well, the AI-s, let's go ahead and take that one off, and I will show you. Right across here, you have 2 sets of numbers like this, except the difference is the AI, the AI is different colors, a white and a blue for the highest number, 16, white, blue. On the AI-s, they're both orange. So when you see this with both orange, that's an AI-s lens. That's how you can tell real quick without having to take anything off or having to do anything else. There's non-AI, AI, AI-s.
Hold your lens in so I can see it.
But you see right there, there's the 2 sets of numbers, and the numbers on the highest end right here, one's blue, one's white, and on his, they're both blue. Now that is, I'm sorry, orange.
Orange, they're both orange.
Which matches your shirt.
It matches me today, thank you.
Yeah. So that's why I wore the shirt.
That is an uncounted
bonus
tip right there. That's a bonus tip. That's a treat.
A treat.
That's a treat. Anytime he adds something to the list, that's a treat. All right, so trick number 2. Number 2. You've got your camera, and I think Mama Holga's been guilty of this one. At least when I was a kid, I know she was guilty of this one. Okay, because she had a film camera, and she could not remember if she has film in the camera or not.
Don't open it up to find out.
And so what did she do? Is she took it into the closet, opened the back to see if there was film in it, but mind you, all the film in there got mildly exposed because that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, it's not a light tight.
So my trick for deterrent. Now I have shot several times in the presence of my friend Mr. Snaps, at least more than once, not having either camera film in the camera, or I've had the film jammed, which is a different story altogether. But my trick after shooting for a good 40 shots, which use way more than a roll will hold, is to figure out how to determine if you have film in your camera or not. And that is to take the lovely little winder, and go ahead and wind it backwards. Now, if you'll notice on this one, I'm winding and winding and winding, and there's no tension, and it's not stopping. What's happening over there?
It's stopping.
It's stopping.
There was tension on it whenever I first started.
Yeah.
And then I got to this point, and it just kind of stopped. So
it won't go any further. Yeah, don't force it, but just give it if you can feel any tension in when you're winding the film back, then there's no film in it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's one right there. The other part of it is when you, to make sure, if you put a little tension on it, you take a picture, you advance it, you should see that this is going to turn.
This right here will twist.
It will twist
with it. But with no film in it, of course, it won't twist.
So the question is, do I have film in my camera? Take a picture and wind it. If you see this move, then you probably have film in it.
This thing starts going around, you have film in it.
If you twist, if you start doing, and if there's no tension, there's no film in it.
There's no film. In this one, there's film. The other thing, too, is right here. See how this, on his, whenever you fire it, and then you can just sit there and go whoosh, whoosh, like that. Yes, it's advancing. But right here, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just stops. That means you're either at the end of the row, you've already cocked it, and it's ready to go. Mm-hmm. And what it does not mean is does not mean it's a physical challenge of strength.
Oh, do not.
Oh, yeah, let's grab this thing. And the broken winder is a very, very common problem. And
a sad problem. It's a sad problem.
I've had a lot of beginners buy the camera, and I try to tell them that, and they go home a week later, they say, you sold me a broke one. The winder's just, no, you forced it.
It's just sad. When you have a broken camera because somebody put muscle into it, these cameras they're not designed for muscle. If it doesn't just slide and click and have a crisp sound to it, then it needs to be serviced. But it does not need to be forced.
Yeah. It's not a test of strength.
It is not.
That's right.
So my next rule,
I love these straps.
My next trick is I'm going to discuss the rule of thirds briefly. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys have probably heard it, and I'm going to show these pictures primarily to Todd, who can show them to you, but I'm going to put them on the screen for you. All right. So looking at this initial first picture, which I'm going to show to you all, it's still a rule of thirds picture, but it is what I would consider center balanced.
Yes.
Okay. Because the morning sun is right there and smack dab in the middle of the screen. But if you were to draw an imaginary grid of lines right across, evenly across across the middle and down the sides, which I will display on the screen, you'll see that the sun is smack dab in the middle.
Oh yeah, and there we go.
But what you'll see though is that I have put the ocean water is the bottom third, the sky is the top 2/3.
Well, yeah, but the 2/3 is still the dark blue and the orange.
Yes, so I have done the rule of thirds. And what I'm telling you about the rule of thirds is I want you to add a little offset, add a little off-kilterness to your pictures, okay? If everything is perfectly centered and even, it's kind of boring. And if you think about a lot of home photography, a lot of family shots and things like that, your biggest objective is to get somebody in the middle of the picture, right? It's like, I don't want to mess up this picture. I just want them in the middle of the picture. And normally it's even and nice and pretty. But if you were to put somebody off center a little bit, it adds interest to it. Let's turn this around. Let's take a look at the next. No. Go to the next one here. So this shot here of a courthouse. Courthouse is very symmetrical. It's in the middle. It's not very exciting. But if you go to the next one, you'll see that what I've done is the rule of thirds picture here, whereas I've offset the courthouse. I've got this lower third, I've got the side third, and essentially I'm creating visual tension in the picture. What I ultimately want to do,
just watching it. Yeah.
Ultimately, what I want to do is lead somebody's eye to look at what I want them to look at, and which will be another trick here in a little while. Yeah. When we discuss focus. Yeah, go to that.
Sam Vanna White, turn the letters.
He does a good job. Now this lovely eye, which is in downtown Dallas. Clearly, the eye is on the third. It's on the it's on the side of the third over here, and of course, it draws your eye over to the eye.
Your eye to the eye.
Yes.
I saw what you did with that.
You saw what I did with that? And of course, I'm doing roughly the same thing here with the bird here. Now, the bird is not exactly on a third. Now, when I say it's the rule of thirds, realize that you can break these rules and they're what you want. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create.
You have to have a starting point so that you can know what you
I'm trying to create a visual excitement. I don't want it to be a boring shot. I want it to be interesting. I want to lead the viewer around in my story of my picture. So this one on the 380 sign. So clearly I want everybody to see the 380. Now, if I put the 380 sign in the middle of this picture, that kind of would have been pretty boring.
Yeah.
But since I put it over to the side and I've got some more stuff in the background, I've created some visual interest here. And that's really what I'm showing as far as the
So you're supposed to stand there and just make a full turn? A 380?
A full turn plus a little bit more.
Okay. Well, 385.
Depends on what road you're on.
Yeah, it's true. True.
So that was the rule of thirds. That is my trick there. All right. Hopefully you guys like it. Right. Once again, you can break this rule however you want to. And I'm not saying that even stuff is horrible either, because it is good stuff. It depends on how you use it.
Flexibility, man. Flexibility.
Now, the next one that I'm going to use is going to be bokeh or bokeh. However, how do you pronounce it? Bokeh. And of course, it's making things blurry or not blurry in the shot here. Now, this particular one, I was actually shooting through a keyhole to the courthouse. This is actually a big wall, and the wall had just a little bit square cut out into it, and I could see the courthouse through it. So essentially, I have a foreground bokeh where the background is actually in focus, and that it's doing, once again, another trick, is I'm trying to lead you to the focus, and my focus is the background here.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the same thing with this beach scene, which I'm showing you as well there. It's a path, but I want you to follow the path, and I want you to see the beach in the background. And so I'm just trying to create some visual interest as I take you along this little journey into the photographs. I'm not saying these are the greatest photographs, but I think they're worthy of trying
out. There's a reason
out.
He's not saying that.
Oh, you're harsh. You're just so harsh. And so the no parking sign here.
Yes.
The first one's in focus. All the other no parking signs along the line, they're out of focus.
Well, see, whenever people come up to my place and park, the people who shouldn't be parking here see the blurry ones.
they don't even realize their words.
My slots for people.
All these signs are blurry.
Big old truck come in, pulling across before I was open. But then right at that time, another truck comes in because he needs to deliver a bunch of stuff to me, which I got a bunch of Savage products in today, but blocked because the guy who pulled in saw the blurry ones.
Now, what's one of the easiest ways to achieve bokeh in a photograph?
Open it up.
Yes,
the lower the number, the bigger the
faster lens.
The smaller the number, which is like 2, 1.848 to 1.2, 0.95. The smaller that number, the smaller the depth of field, the bigger the bokeh.
Right. Now, I just got done telling you that you can save money on buying a f1.8 lens versus an f1.4. Yep. However, the f1.4 is going to create more bokeh
and the f1.2 is going to create even more bokeh and cost more money.
Even more money, yes. But it's if this is the effect you're trying to achieve, then it's the lens that you need to make that happen.
Actually, also on some things, get like the sign in focus and the orange cone behind it starting to get out of focus. You can have that narrow of a field.
Yes.
The focus and have the background start falling off. And whenever you do this with people, it's like the nose and the eye, or the eye can be in focus, but by the time you get to the ear, it starts falling out of focus.
But you can also do this with, for example, an f3.5 lens, which is normally
a medium.
And normally a kit lens is something that one of your first lenses. And the problem is you have to get really close to that subject to make that blur, to make that in focus, to put everything else out of focus.
You're right.
And you'll see can do that with your smartphone as well. You have to get really close to something to make a background blurry naturally. Otherwise, the camera has software which will kind of cheat and do it for you.
Yes, true. All right.
And let's see here. What I've done here is obviously Todd is in focus. Everything else is out of focus, and I'm trying to
even my shoulders.
I'm trying to bring the attention to Todd,
and my ears are out of focus.
His ears are out of focus.
The other thing too is what's on? Stop. Forgot what I was going to say now with all that.
Your ears are out of focus.
Well, yeah, but also he doesn't have my head right down in the middle. He fills up the top. That's what my dad used to always tell people. He said, whenever you have somebody in your sight, don't have their head down here with a lot of room above it. fill up the space above them. You know, have the top like, you know, fill it up. That's what he did right there. Filled it up.
I did.
Mm-hmm. My dad would go, good job.
That's good. Now, this one is also this one's a shot with the Holga, this lovely lady here. She posed for me all of just a few seconds. The background is blurry, but also with the rule of thirds, I have offset her just a little bit, so she's not in the middle of the picture. Exactly. And so I've created a little more visual interest there.
Yeah, more cones in the back though.
All right, so the last one I have here, as far as photography tricks, is going to be perspective. Now I've got 3 different shots here. This first shot, I shot low. I was actually probably on the little stool across the room, and I had my camera, and I shot up from the ground.
So instead of having the camera like this, the camera was like that.
Yes, and that's kind of a Vivian Meyer or Mayer, however people pronounce it. They're like,
she pronounces it different at times too, so it's not just
well, I like to feel I'm akin to her. So Auntie Viv. Auntie Viv. So she shot with the TLR camera, okay, a twin lens reflex. And those are normally at about chest high. You're looking down into them, which means if I was taking Todd's picture right here, the camera's down here, it's always going to be looking up. And that's the perspective that she was shooting from, because she had to look down into the camera to focus it. Well, that creates a totally different focus when you actually get low to something and you look up.
Yep. So this is all perspective.
As compared to, I was actually on the ladder this day. So I was on the ladder. I was actually social distancing across the room, relatively the same spot. But he's got, how tall is that ladder over there? 6 feet? 5 feet?
Yeah, 5 feet.
About a 5 feet ladder. I was sitting on top of it, had the camera. I took a shot from above. So
the place where it says "Do not sit here."
That's where I was sitting. I had the bird's eye view. The other one was worm's eye view. This is the bird's eye view. And of course, just to show you the difference here, this essentially is a regular view. This is just right there at the level. And so you can change your world up by just changing your perspective.
Yes.
You go high, go low, stay medium. That's all it takes to make much more interesting photographs.
It's kind of like a debate strategy. You can go high, you can go low, you can go right down the middle.
That's pretty much all I have for those. And I will put a link to these at the bottom. So if you want to go take a look at them, I've got them on a Flickr page. Go check out the details below me, and you can see all those pictures. I'll probably, I might add some more details to them so you'll understand what I'm trying to do with those pictures. That would be pretty cool. Okay, Todd, so now you have a trick for us. Not a treat, but an actual trick.
Exactly. What's going on right now is a lot more people are doing their own processing at home.
I know.
And when they do that, there's several different processing tanks they can use or buy. Now, one type, is just a pop-on lid. Pop, pop. Now, the problem with this, or the trick to this thing is that when you open it, don't just open it like a door hinge, like that. Wow. Whoa. See? Oh, I didn't do it anymore.
It doesn't make noise when you
open it. Oh, man. Wow. So when you open it like a door hinge, the little valley that's right down in here gets widened out. So when you sit there and you keep widening this thing like a door hinge like this all the time, you grab it and you pull it like that, you widen it out. So whenever you're sitting there doing like this, you're then having chemicals spill out of it.
You're sloshing chemicals.
You're sloshing chemicals. Why? Because you kept opening it like a door hinge. Take this out. But yeah. The other one, the AP tank, is a twist on. So you twist it like this.
Yeah.
And it settles down. It's even. It doesn't wear out like on one side or the other because you're screwing it on like a screw top. This one, however, so that one doesn't really leak. And a lot of teachers are saying buy the AP style tank because it's a twist top. This type, of course, is a lot less expensive, which is why people buy it. But in the long run, usually they have to.
That's a treat.
Yeah.
Saving money is always a treat.
Spend a little bit more, save money a little bit longer. But if you're not going to be doing certain things, then, if you're going to be doing this forever, but just for class, these are fine. But open it up a little bit up at the time, all the way around, and then lift it straight up to keep the ridges in here from widening it out from overuse. Because whenever you do that, it starts leaking around the edges.
And you don't want it to leak.
And you don't want it to leak. And you sit in there and you push these things in like this. Oh my goodness, this thing's a pain in the butt to do.
Shh, don't tell them that.
There we go.
I've heard
See,
ruffles
look
have
at that.
ridges.
I push it in, and then it just pops back up. But yeah, anyway, the push top versus the twist top on this. Each has an advantage. This is cheaper. The other one actually kind of doesn't leak around the edges. A little bit better.
Well, you hope not, because I think mine are old and they leak.
Oh yeah, but I mean yours is probably about 40 years old.
Probably. They're ancient. They're ancient.
They're ancient.
All right. So the next trick, and I actually like this one. I suggested it, and he went with it.
Sucker.
I know. It's buying film in 3-packs.
Yes. Yes.
Buying film in 3-packs because constantly people come in here and they're like, well, how much per roll and things like that. It's like, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes 2 rolls of film, you could buy a 3-pack. That's a savings, y'all.
It's a savings. It is indeed. Yes. Now, Kodak Gold is actually sold in single rolls.
Yes.
3 rolls, $17.50.
Okay.
Or I think some store around here is charging like $10 a roll.
Wow.
For single rolls like this. Well,
so that would be $30 for the 3.
Yeah. If you bought them individually. Now, these are done by the film companies.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 right here are Kodak's versions of things.
Yeah.
They're 200 speed, 400 speed, 200, 400 speed, 3 rolls, 36 exposures. My goodness, I get tired of saying this all the time. I mean, it's like the number of times I have said 3 rolls, 200 speed, 36 exposures per roll.
Is that 108?
That's 108.
Hey, look at there. Not just a pretty face, y'all.
Yep.
I was thinking about that number for quite some time.
So, now you're sitting there going, okay, that's cool. Kodak does it. Well, they sell these in 3-packs to me less expensive. So I am able to put these out and sell them less expensive than the individual rolls. Now you hold these.
I hold these.
Thank you, Vanna. Now, Fuji does the same thing.
You can't see them right now. They kind of clash.
They kind of clash.
You can barely see them.
That's why these are over here and that's over there.
You ever got a green shirt, you're holding the green ones.
Stop it.
All right.
So now, 3 rolls, 400 speed, 200 speed, 36 exposures per roll. Again, $15, $17.50. But if you bought a single roll of this, it's going to cost around $8. Because whenever they sell them in single rolls, it costs a lot more for the individual packing and everything else. So instead of paying $20 some odd for 3 rolls singular, get a 3-pack and save money. I sell these for $15.
Yeah, I bought 3-packs the last time I was in here. Yeah. I like these.
So buy 3-packs instead of, if you're going to buy two rolls, you might as well get 3, because 2 rolls singular at this is like $16.
Yeah. This is good. This is good film. There's nothing wrong with the film. It's just coming in a 3-pack. This is just
good everyday shoot your trip for fun.
I mean, this isn't portrait. This is what I would consider
your consumer.
This is your average shooting anything type of film.
Yeah, right? It's called consumer film.
Portrait is essentially geared more towards professional, and is it more for portraits?
Yes.
Right?
Well, and because the difference between something like this and something like portrait or something like Pro 400H is the number of layers of emulsion, how they handle the colors. A lot of things, but like there's more work going into the pro versions of it, and these things don't really moot things. I mean, they're brighter colors. They show blemishes on faces more. So that's why it's not really good for portrait work, but just everyday work. But buy 3 at a time instead of just 1 or 2 rolls.
Well, you had a kid in here just a little while ago, and he bought 2 rolls, and we were kidding him. It's like, hey, you're going to save yourself gas and time and effort. Just buy the Pro Pack.
Just buy.
I'll come in again later.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's 2022 dating. September. Yes, 2022.
That's the expiration date
from this day. And even if it hits that date, it's still good for months past that. Sometimes a year or 2 past that. That's just the optimal. The expiration date isn't the gone sour date. It's the optimal peak of colors maturity.
Right.
Is what it's called. So yeah, if you're driving 30 miles to come buy 2 rolls of film, and then you'll come back 30 miles to drive to buy 2 more rolls of film. The gas that you're spending, you might as well get a Pro Pack.
The gas and time. The time is valuable.
Get a Pro Pack because it's good until 2023, technically.
Yes.
Even though it says so. Yeah, just spend a little.
Some
bit
of that
more.
we're going to have to count as a treat because she's added more to this.
It's like I don't go to the post office just to buy 1 stamp to send something.
No.
Whenever I go there, I buy like a stack of stamps.
Yeah, because you don't want to go again.
I don't want to go again. I mean, I want to.
I don't like the post office.
Well, it's okay. I don't. It's not scary.
All right, I like that clip, fella, but yeah. I don't. The rest of the poem.
I don't know. But the whole thing is that you get things while you're there, so you don't have to keep going back.
Yes, Mrs. Holga, every time I say, hey, I need, let's say, toothpaste.
Yeah.
She never buys 1 tube of toothpaste. She'll buy 2 tubes of toothpaste.
2 or 3, yeah.
Because she's figuring, well, he's going to run out of that one eventually.
Yeah.
And he's clearly ran out of the last 2 that I bought him.
And I buy shampoo like that. It's like two bottles of conditioner versus one bottle because I seem to run out 2-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, but we're not saying buy for a pandemic bulk, okay?
No,
If you want to knock yourself
it's
out.
It's not toilet paper.
Yeah. There will be more.
There will be more.
But now you're saying, and this is going to lead to our next trick, is that, since this stuff doesn't expire, there is film that expires.
Well, it does expire. I mean, there is film that is already expired.
In the store right now.
If you buy a camera and you just want to test it out, good way of doing it right here. Get the 200 speed, $15, $5 a roll. Or if you're going like, it's not worth that much. So I've got boxes of out-of-date film.
He does.
Yeah. 2, 3.
All sizes.
I've
seen the 120s, the 35s. I see 4x5s, 5x7s.
110, 126.
110. He's got 110 film. And it's expired.
Yeah, all expired.
And mind you, it's just like expired milk.
Yeah.
It could be sour. It could be great.
And a lot of people
but you have to try it.
Because they want it.
Want it a little bit sour.
They want it sour. But if you're just testing a camera, and you only need 1 roll, like I've got rolls over here, 24 exposures for like $3.
Yeah.
Sure. Bring that, pay cash, don't do the credit card for $3. Well, that's all you have, then we'll take your credit card.
Well, I got some scans back from Old School Photo Lab.
Yeah,
they were working on my Holga shots, and it looks like 2 of my rolls must be expired because the colors are completely off.
And it's fun though.
And it's like, oh, well, what happened here? And so now I've got, I took good shots. Actually, the shots were pretty basic and boring, but now I've got shots that are like off color and things like that. And it's like, well, now what can I do with these? I can do so many different things with them now.
It's a lot of fun. So you can actually, if you want to save even more money, buy out-of-date film.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Half the fun is the search. Come look through the buckets and check, see what's in there.
Yes.
Some of the stuff you've been selling was like super valuable.
Yes.
Because it had more silver in them. What was those? What were those?
Oh, there's technical film for certain technical things that is a lot harder to find. And there's just a lot of film that
we had a video about the expired films, right?
Oh yeah.
So we'll put a link above his head.
Right here.
Never
Go
above
check
mine,
it out.
always above
It's
his.
fine. Yeah.
Go check out that one and see about the other expired films. I think you're going to enjoy that one.
Because he doesn't want it above his head because when people look, they look up. It looks like they're rolling their eyes at him. He doesn't like that. So he'll let people roll their eyes at me, not him. But that's true though.
So number 9, go ahead and grab a camera. Number 9 is,
number
and of
9.
course, he was hinting at this one earlier.
Talked about it because it's so cool.
Is I like a wrist strap versus a regular strap here. Because if I'm going to go do some street photography, I like having my hammer in my can and my camera in my hand. Let me say that correctly. My hammer in my can.
I like it.
That's a good one. I just want enough strap here in case I drop it that it's not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
Or if I want to walk around downtown, essentially I've got it within.
And somebody tries to steal his wallet.
They can have the wallet. I want to keep the camera.
Yeah, just knock them over the head with it.
Because when
these old cameras like this.
Because when I'm shooting with a strap, the strap kind of goes up around, and it's like even with a strap, I still do roughly the same thing, which is I'm going to take this strap.
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn it into a wrist strap. Okay, because I've got a nice grip on here. Most of these cameras have got a decent grip on here.
Yeah.
And I just want to be able to walk around with the camera and shoot. I'm going to have the bag on. I'm going to walk around and shoot.
Here's the deal, too. This is always cool. Like when you have this, yeah, this is 1, this is 2 when you drop it. But the third thing is keep your hand underneath it.
Ooh, this is a treat.
So this right here, like if it slips out of here and you don't have a strap, your second hand catch it. People like this, it'll slip out of their hand and it'll just hit the ground. Ugh, so that's just like a proop. And you don't know how many stories start with, well, the number one thing is I loaned a friend.
and they forced the shutter.
And they broke it and they brought it back and they ran away and they're not my friend anymore. I heard a lot of that. Exactly. But the other thing I always hear is that big camera
I just said
out. Yeah, I heard that. Exactly.
It's been videos since I've said that.
And he's been on vacation, so he still has to readjust.
Absolutely.
But the hand under here protects it. It acts as a safety net. It's not just because when you put your hand like this, your fingers fall down in it, and you get lots of pictures of your fingers in your middle of your photo. No, it's to sit here and go like this. Use your fingers like this to focus it, to change the f-stop. Right here, pinch it, but keep your hands here and just kind of go like this. And then that way, and you sit there and go like this. I'm tired of watching those TV shows and they're sitting there going like this, It's like, no, put the camera down, stop it. But yeah, there's lots of things here. But the hand wrist straps, always cool.
I love the wrist straps.
The leather ones that are personally made by Mr. Holga.
All right, I'm going to make some. I'm going to bring them in here. And they're probably going to sit on the shelf forever. But
no, they won't.
You think they're going to fly off the shelves, huh?
Well, if people know we have them, yeah.
All right.
And he's even got a little American flag on here or something.
Well, that was just a stamp. That was easy.
He's got a stamp. He stamped it. Oh, my word.
All right, so this was the top 10 tricks or treats.
Plus.
But we've only been through 9.
Subtitles.
We only have been through 9. Oh, yeah. We had the treats. We had the tricks. We've been through 9 of them. Now, number 10, if you've been watching this far, is up to you. You guys need to give us number 10. Please put down in the comment, what is your favorite trick and or treat? We would love to hear about it. And if we like one of them, we will talk about it in the next video.
Yes.
And give you full credit for this.
And if we don't like one of them, we'll make fun of it in the next video.
Yes. We could very well do that too, right?
Did I say that out loud?
That's not above us. We would do something like that.
I said that out loud. Sorry.
We could do things like that. Mm-hmm. Do we have anything else in the video?
Let's see. We got a bunch of cool stuff. Buttons.
Yes, you got a lot of film in. You got
orange shirt with a giant mosquito on it. I'm telling you, that right there looks like a stinger on a mosquito.
It's a moth.
And that scares me more than the moth. A giant mosquito. Oh my God. Especially if you go outside sometimes.
This is Texas. We do get giant mosquitoes.
Minnesota. And walking out, and the mosquitoes are about like that big around. And it sounds like aircraft. Going right by here.
You go out to East Texas, see the cockroaches.
Yeah.
Well, we've probably freaked everybody out by now.
Yeah. Good note to leave on.
We don't have anything else in this other than please do share, like, subscribe, tell some friends.
Tell everybody.
Absolutely.
Tell a phone, tell a friend.
Just say, hey, these two jarheads are doing another video, and you really got to watch this.
Yeah. Yeah, our watching and viewing is just gone.
We weren't numbering. I meant jugheads. These two jugheads.
Jugheads.
Yeah, jarheads is actually something pretty cool. Yeah, jugheads, not so much.
We are not that level. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
We're not there.
Well, that's it for y'all. That's it for us. We'll see you guys next time. Later, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, man, we made it.
Oh, and the phone didn't ring again.
Well, yeah.
And again. And again. You're going to have to call Mom back.
Well, I got to go find something to eat.
What? You're going to eat too?
Oh my gosh, at least once this week.
Did you even get a corn dog this year?
No.